Thomas Tuchel as the next England manager. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to talk about the search for England's next permanent full-time manager. Of course, as you know, Gareth Southgate left the English national team after the failure of winning Euro 2024, losing in the final to Spain, and Southgate since called time on his reign as the Three Lions boss. And ever since then, Lee Carsley has took over on an interim basis, and it seems like he doesn't want the job on a full-time basis, and there's been a lot of talk since about who the next permanent England manager will be, and the FA have been conducting a search ever since. A lot of names have been linked with the role, but it seems there is one emerging front runner, and that is this man, Thomas Tuchel, the former PSG, Borussia Dortmund, Chelsea and Bayern Munich manager, could be set to take over as the full-time permanent manager of the England national side. Imagine that, a German in charge of England. Who'd have thought it in 2024? Crazy, right? Anyway, if reports are to be believed today, then he is talking with the FA are talking with him, vice versa, and it could be an ever-closing reality on what the situation may be, with Tuchel potentially edging ever closer to becoming the manager of the Three Lions. We're going to be talking about this potential news story, the other people that have been linked with the role and everything else in between. But before we go any further, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things always and very greatly appreciated. Get involved in that comment section as well. Let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it on this particular topic, because I'm sure whatever you have to say will make for great and interesting reading. So please do use and abuse that comment section, people, and talk to me on this subject. Would love to know what you have to say on this matter. But without further ado, let's get on with the video and let's talk Thomas Tuchel maybe becoming the next permanent full-time England manager. First and foremost, let me say, several years ago, the Fletch of someone who cared about international football and the Three Lions may have said, I would like a manager that is English. I think an England national team needs an English manager, the same way that a Spanish team needs a Spanish manager, the same way that the Portuguese team needs a Portuguese manager, Argentina needs someone who's Argentinian, and so on and so forth. Since then, I've since abandoned those beliefs. I don't really care anymore on those. I don't really hold that belief anymore, and I sort of don't care. And especially seeing as though the current crop of English managers, in my opinion, is not necessarily good enough. If we can find an English manager somewhere down the line, fantastic. I've constantly said that I think Graham Potter deserves a shot at this, and I think that Eddie Howe will one day be a great English national team manager, but maybe we are somewhere down the line in that kind of thought process. For the here and now, though, Thomas Tuchel isn't a bad shout. I mean, for those of you that are maybe against this, I don't understand why you would be against this. This is a manager that has won things wherever he's gone. Whether they are tap-in trophies, as some people may refer to them, or big trophies, or big accomplishments at that. This is a guy that is successful. This is a guy that at Borussia Dortmund won the German Cup. This is a guy that at PSG won everything there was to win in France and also got them to a Champions League final. This is a guy that at Chelsea won them the Champions League, won them the Super Cup, won them the Club World Cup, made them Club World Champions. This is a guy that at Bayern Munich won them the Bundesliga. Now again, tap-in trophy, I get, but he still obviously had to do it. The least said about his final season there, I think the better. But at the same time, we still have to acknowledge it. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes at Bayern during that time. They completely messed that up. Tuchel wasn't exactly blameless for that. But at the same time, you know, maybe it just wasn't the right fit for him. Maybe Bayern, despite winning a Bundesliga title, wasn't exactly the right fit for him. And obviously take nothing away from obviously what Bayer Leverkusen did during that season, which was just absolutely phenomenal. This guy is a definite upgrade on Southgate. And if Southgate can get this team to 2 European Championship finals, a World Cup semi-final and a World Cup quarter-final, then an upgrade is certainly going to maybe pushes that extra step further. And especially a guy like this, who, like I say, his track record speaks for itself. His resume speaks for itself. Won things wherever he's gone, achieved big things wherever he's gone. I really can't think of anything bad to say about Tuchel. Maybe some people may criticise and critique his style of play, being a bit more pragmatic. It's not exactly majorly defensive, but you know, I think with the team that he will have at his disposal, I think the likes of Cole Palmer, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Phil Foden maybe, Jack Grealish even, I think they will really love to play under this guy and to really maybe get the best out of him. Maybe even with obviously how well Harry Kane did last season at Bayern Munich, maybe there is a chance that maybe Harry Kane can rediscover the kind of amazing form on an international stage that, of course, we haven't necessarily seen from Kane over the past 12 to 18 months or so. Maybe there is a possibility that Kane may still have a chance in at the international stage with Thomas Tuchel at the helm as the Three Lions boss. Now, of course, there are plenty of pitfalls that come with being the England manager. Is he going to pick reputation over a complete fit? Is he going to sub off players that aren't doing well, despite the fact that obviously they have a reputation behind them, despite that they have this, you know, aura about them that I'm undroppable, I'm incredible, I'm amazing, I'm going to get you out of this hole. And of course there's a possibility that if you need a goal, I'm going to be that guy to get you it. Is he going to do that? There are still obviously certain things that will obviously need to work out if this is to be the case, but I cannot see anything wrong with this. Plays a decent style of play. Obviously, like I say, I think a lot of players will enjoy playing under him. I think he'll give a lot of time and effort to some of the younger ones that are coming through. And like I say, I think he's just a complete upgrade on Southgate anyway. And like I say, when you compare his resume to it, yeah, he's not English. And the irony of a German taking charge of England and maybe winning them some silverware is obviously going to be the icing on the cake for a lot of people. But this guy is probably the best we're going to get. Forget Pep Guardiola. Forget the other people that are in the picture. Like, don't get me wrong. I still, as I said at the top of the video, I think Graham Potter deserves maybe a shot at this someday. Eddie Howe maybe has got a lot of stuff that he wants to do with Newcastle, so maybe that is a pipe dream for later on down the line. I get that. Pep Guardiola's not going to be England manager. There is this rather big and ambitious story going around that maybe the FA are going to try and lure Pep Guardiola to being the next England manager. I don't think he would take it, and I think that if he was to become a national team manager, it would probably be with Spain rather than England. Even though I think Guardiola could do absolutely incredible things with this England side, I think obviously when you look at the squad that is available, the deep national pool of talent that we have, Guardiola could do phenomenal things, and he probably could make us world champions on a more likely basis. But I don't think, even with the FA seemingly actually pushing the boat out and maybe being ambitious with it, which would be the first time ever that they actually were like that, I don't think he would come to the England role. Thomas Tuchel has got a good chance of doing it. Maybe international football is maybe the next step for him after obviously being at club football level for such a long time. I think there is a good chance that we win silverware under him. I think there is a good chance of that. I think when you look at obviously international managers that have won things, they're not necessarily the best manager. You wouldn't necessarily put them in the conversation of being the best managers around. You know, there may be the odd exception here and there, like, I don't know, Roberto Mancini, for example, taking charge of Italy and winning them the European Championships a few years ago. but look where he is now. He's managing Saudi Arabia. So, you know, it is what it is in terms of that level. But don't necessarily need to be in the conversation to be the best manager, but you just need something about you to get you across that finish line. And that's where I think Tuchel can come in, because I think he is an upgrade on Southgate. I think he's got plenty of tactical know-how, nuance, knowledge, experience that can obviously get them across the finish line. I say go for it. I really do say go for it. I don't really necessarily see anything wrong with this whatsoever. And I think this could actually be a very decent move by the FA, a very ambitious move, and just something that I think this England side needs. I think if they want to be competing on a winning front, on a front that is still competing and challenging for the major honours of the European Championships and the World Cups, Thomas Tuchel may be the guy to take them forward, especially with the kind of national pool that we have right now. We need to start using it whilst we have it. Otherwise, we will be looking back at another generation of players that we're asking the question of what could have been yet again. Tuchel, for me, ticks the majority of the boxes. Yes, there may be a couple of question marks, but overall, let's face it, this is a guy who is an upgrade on Southgate. He wins things wherever he goes. He gets to big achievements, big accomplishments wherever he goes. This is a guy for me that would be, I wouldn't say necessarily perfect for the England role, but he's probably the best thing we are going to get. And for those that are saying that a foreign manager may not necessarily be the best fit for England, considering we've had Fabio Capello, considering we've had, with all due respect, Sven-Göran Eriksson, in my opinion, he's an upgrade on them. And to compare him to those would be rather unfair, considering what he's won, what he's done, what he's accomplished, and especially in the modern game. So, I'm all for this Thomas Tuchel thing if this is to go through. I don't necessarily care very much for England as much, but at the same time, they are still sort of my national team. They are still something that I'm still going to look at and be like, okay, cool. They're doing stuff. And this will probably be the biggest ambitious move that the FA have done for the England national team in a very, very long time. So I'm all for it. I'm interested to know, though, what you guys think. These are, of course, the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of this whole Thomas Tuchel situation? Do you think he's the right fit for the England role, or do you think it should go to someone else? Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling. Your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. Wait for great and interesting reading, I'm sure, down below. So please do get involved down there in the comment section. Use and abuse that section. People would love to hear from you all. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way out and enjoy the video. Subscribe if you are new or want to see more content like this. Both things are always and forever greatly appreciated. Thank you all for your continued or even growing brand new support. Would absolutely appreciate it and absolutely adore it. It's awesome. So thank you all so much for that. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I will see and speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Speak to you all again very, very soon.